You ever wonder why some people seem to thrive under pressure while you're over here staring at your to-do list like it's out to kill you? It's not that you're weak. It's not that they have superpowers. It's because high performers do one thing differently. And if you don't learn it, you'll stay stuck in the burnout loop, grinding harder, feeling emptier, and thinking, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But what if I told you? The way you're trying to manage stress might be making you more burnt out, not less. Today I'm going to show you exactly how high performers manage stress differently so you can stop sinking and start rising. Stick around till the end because I'll also give you the 3 brutal truths nobody tells you about burnout and how you can escape it. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Work Chat. Today we're going to talk about how high performers manage stress differently and what we can learn from them. Let's get real. Most advice about stress sounds like this. Meditate more. Take deep breaths. Time block your calendar. Those are tools, but tools don't work if you're fixing the wrong thing. Here's the reality most people ignore. Burnout isn't about too much work. It's about too little agency. But what do I mean by agency? Agency is the feeling that you have choice, control, and influence over your work and how you do it. When you feel like you're just reacting to endless demands, when your calendar is filled by other people, when you can't say no, when you feel stuck in meetings that waste your time, you lose that sense of agency. You feel trapped in a system you didn't design, playing by rules you didn't choose, and that's when even a normal workload can feel crushing. Because it's not the amount of work, it's the feeling that you have no power over it. High performers protect their sense of agency fiercely. They design their days, set boundaries, and make choices, even in environments they don't fully control. That's the shift. Burnout thrives in powerlessness. Energy returns when you reclaim your agency. In another word, high performers don't have less stress. They have more control over how they respond to stress. Let me say that again. They don't eliminate stress. They relate to it differently. Now let's break down the 3 strategies that high performers use when they face high stress. Strategy number 1, they label it early. Research shows that people who name their emotions reduce their physiological stress response by up to 40%. High performers don't push through stress mindlessly. They notice it early and name it out loud. Instead of saying, "I'm fine," they say, "I feel overwhelmed. I feel frustrated because I can't control this meeting." Why does this matter? Because you can't solve a problem you won't admit exists. Most of us are so good at ignoring stress that by the time we feel it, it's already on fire. Strategy number 2, they reframe the threat. Low performers see stress as a threat. High performers see it as data. They ask, what is this stress trying to tell me? What's in my control right now? They shift from victim of stress to user of stress. Strategy number 3, they recover proactively, not reactively. This is where most people fail. They wait until they're already drained to rest. High performers build micro-recovery into their days before they feel exhausted. Think about athletes. They don't wait until they're injured to stretch or ice. They recover as part of the process, not as an emergency measure. So if you're feeling stuck, heavy, foggy, you might already be in the early stages of burnout. Most people don't recognize burnout until they hit a wall. But here are the silent symptoms you can catch early. Everything feels urgent, but nothing feels important. You get irritated by small things. You start doom scrolling during your breaks. You feel tired even after sleeping. Here's the kicker. Burnout tricks you into thinking the answer is to work harder to catch up. But that only digs the hole deeper. Here are the 3 brutal truths nobody tells you about burnout. Truth number 1, burnout isn't fixed by time off alone. You can't vacation your way out of burnout if you come back to the same broken systems and same broken habits. Recovery has to be daily, not annual. Truth number 2, stress management is a skill, not a reaction. Waiting until you're overwhelmed is like trying to learn to swim while you're drowning. You have to practice stress skills before you need them. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You do it daily to prevent cavities, not wait for a root canal. Truth number 3, you can't mindset your way out of a broken environment. If your boss is toxic, if your team has no boundaries, if your company rewards overwork, you can't deep breathe your way out of that. You need to set hard boundaries and change the system or remove yourself from it. How do you manage stress like a high performer? Starting now. First, name the stress. Next time you feel stress, don't ignore it. Name it. Out loud. In writing. To a friend. This sounds simple, but it's the fastest way to stop the emotional hijack. Second, create micro-closures. High performers don't let stress pile up. They create small wins every day that close the loop and give their brain a sense of control. At the end of your day, ask, what did I close today? What loose ends can I wrap? This prevents the open tabs in your brain from draining your focus. Third, build active recovery. Schedule recovery as a task, not a reward. This might look like a 15-minute walk between meetings, deep breathing before opening emails, leaving work on time, no exceptions, 2 days a week. Remember, recovery is a performance tool, not a treat. Fourth, design hard stops. Create non-negotiable shut-off points in your day. This could be as simple as setting a timer that says, close the laptop now. High performers use rituals to create these hard stops, so work doesn't bleed into everything else. Fifth, have your break the glass protocol. Know what you'll do when stress spikes. High performers have a go-to move. This could be call a friend, take a walk, journal for 5 minutes. What's yours? If you don't have one, pause this episode and write it down now. Finally, let me leave you with the mindset shift that changed my life. I learned that stress isn't the enemy. Stuckness is. Stress is energy. If you learn to channel it, it becomes fuel. If you suppress it, it becomes poison. You don't need to eliminate stress. You need to build a relationship with it. And that's what high performers do differently. That's a wrap for today's episode. If this hit home for you, drop a comment below to let us know what's one small thing you'll change about how you handle stress starting today. Also, remember to hit like and subscribe if you're ready to stop surviving work and start performing at your best without losing yourself. And if you want me to make a follow-up episode on the specific burnout-proof routines of elite performers, comment yes routines below. Remember, you don't have to be less ambitious to be less burnt out. You just have to manage your fuel differently. See you in the next episode.